Hi everybody, welcome to this month's Handmade Beauty Box. My name's Anne-Marie and I'm the founder of Handmade Beauty Box and brambleberry.com. This month, your June edition of Handmade Beauty Box, you got everything you need to make nail polish. That's right, you guys, we are making nail polish this month. In fact, you can make a full 10 nail polishes in these beautiful high quality bottles with high quality base. You can mix and match to do whatever colors you want. So let's talk about what came in your kit this month. So you received 4 ounces of suspending nail polish base. So what's suspending nail polish base and how is it different than regular base? It's a little bit thicker because when you want to do things like glitter in your nail polish, well, you need a really thick base in order to suspend that glitter. Otherwise, it goes whoop all the way to the bottom, which makes it really hard to get an even application of glitter all over your nails. So you got 4 ounces of suspending nail polish base, which is 3 free, which means it's formaldehyde free, toluene free, and DBP, which is dibutyl phthalate free as well. Only giving you the safest products at Handmade Beauty Box. You got 8 nail polish bottles with brushes and caps, and then this cute little overlay cap that really gives the nail polish a very professional look when it is all done. This little guy just fits right over your regular screw top cap and is a cute little nice finishing accent touch. In terms of the colors you got this beautiful Cellini blue mica, which makes a gorgeous, vibrant color. You got Cellini red mica, which is right here, and it's a really gorgeous reddish orange color. Super pearly white, and I like to use the super pearly white to make pastels or to lighten up any of the colorant bases, or you can of course use it on your own. Awesome silver glitter. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the first color I'm going to be making for you guys on camera. And then finally, this fired up fuchsia pigment. Now, it was really tough for me to figure out what color I was going to put on my nails today to show you guys the cute nail polish colors, and it was between this kind of fired up fuchsia and the Cellini red. I went obviously with the Cellini red color, and that had a little bit of super pearly white in it to make it more of a pink instead of that bright red. In addition to that, you got mini scoops, and these guys are really important because they help you either scoop directly into the bottle or scoop directly into your little tiny mini funnels. Aren't these the cutest little things? They fit directly into the top of the bottle, and you can put the color into these guys right here and tap it down, or if you have a really steady hand, you can actually use your little mini scoop to put the color directly into your nail polish bottle. And I'm going to be demonstrating all of those options in just a few minutes on camera. And then finally, we also sent you these little mixing balls, and they kind of look like little BBs, right? But they're heavy metal, chemical resistant balls to ensure that you can put them in the bottom of your container and then shake, shake, shake to help mix in your color and keep that colorant mixed when it's at your house, or if you give it away to friends and family at their houses. Whee! So what you're going to need from home. So what you'll need from home is an old washcloth or a rag, right, for cleaning up any spills, which of course we would never want to have. Paper towels, and gloves are optional. The only reason you would really need gloves is because sometimes when you're scooping your pigments in, it can get a little messy depending on, well, how clean of a crafter you are. So you might want gloves just for that. I personally don't like to use gloves when I'm making my nail polish, and that's because I like to be able to feel the bottles. I like that tactile feel, and I like to be able to actually kind of feel better with my fingertips how much color I'm putting in. But again, if you're sort of maybe a messy crafter or you really want to make sure your hands stay perfectly clean, wear some gloves. I like to also make sure you're working on a covered surface when you're doing this, just in case there's any spills or anything like that. So I'm going to be using this huge cutting board to work on, but if you are not working off of a cutting board, keep that in mind that you might want to cover your area with some cardboard or a plastic drop cloth or something like that, just in case, again, any spills or messy crafting happens. Now, remember, let's talk a little bit about the safety aspects of nail polish. Nail polish is highly flammable, and that's not just our nail polish. Like every nail polish on the planet is highly flammable, including the big store department brands. So when you're making and crafting with nail polish, make sure that you don't ever use it near an open flame or an extremely hot heat source like an oven. Additionally, like storing old paint cans where you never want to store them in a warm place, don't store this project unused, like, I don't know, say near your furnace. You want to make sure it's stored in a nice room temperature environment, just like you would with any nail polish that you get from the store. Before I forget, your kit for June also came with high quality instructions that are going to go over every single thing we talk about right now. And you also got the most adorable, like I hope you guys can agree, the most adorable labels of all time. Like I love how they end up looking on these square bottles, and there's even tiny little baby ones for the bottom, really giving these a professional look that you can use yourself, give away, or with a little extra labeling about where the product is manufactured and the net weight, sell yourself. So with that, Courtney, do you want me to cover anything else, or are there any other questions before I get started?
Let's go.
Okay, so to get started, all you do is open up your base and you pour the base into the bottles. So you can use this with a really steady hand. I recommend starting slowly when you're pouring the base. So you just wait for it to get over the lip, you wait for the drip, and then you just pour the base. Now, I like to fill my bottles about 3/4 of the way up, all the way to 5/8, so not quite to the very tippy top. And I'm going to do a few because I've kind of got this drip going. So
we have a question.
We have a question. Great.
Can you put the colorant in before you put the nail polish base in the bottle?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that, live viewer. Can you put the colorant in before you put the base into the bottle? The answer is absolutely. In fact, some people find it easier. I was reading one of our, My Subscription Addiction just reviewed this box, and they actually mentioned that they found it easier to put in first. So why don't I do one right now where I put the colorant in first so you guys can kind of see the pros and cons for doing that. So let's do that. I'm going to set this to the side. You can see it's dripping a little. So I'm just going to set it to the side. I'm going to take my mixer here and I'm going to go with Buried Treasure, which is what I'm wearing on my fingers right now. And that's just 5 scoops of the Cellini Red. 1, 2. Whoop. You don't want to overfill. 3, 4, and 5 scoops Cellini Red, and then 5 scoops of Super Pearly White. And again, that Super Pearly White is really used to provide a little bit of tamponing down of the color, and it also helps create more of a pastel, and then it also gives a really nice silver shimmer or kind of a pearly shimmer. So think about this as like a mica color, how beautiful it would look in mica or in eyeshadow. It does very similar in nail polish for that. So now that I've got my colors in, and so again, that was 5 scoops of the Cellini Red and 5 scoops of the Super Pearly White. I'm just going to slowly, again, you go slowly to start. Just get that little drip going. There you go. And then you drizzle your color in. And once your color is drizzled in, you're going to put in your mixing beads. So the mixing beads are next. So let's go ahead and just do this one. I'm going to show you guys how to use the mixing beads. So the mixing beads, you can put in 1, 2, or 3. I personally always put in a minimum of 2. You can do 3. So then you have your color here. You can see it's all the way at the bottom. You've got your mixing beads. Then we go ahead and we put our nail polish brush in. You take your lid, you put it on, and you'll feel it snap. So now my brush is actually fully embedded into the cap, which is really great. So it's snapped on, and now all you need to do is just shake, 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 shake. And it takes a little bit more shaking than you would think to actually get this shaken up. So you can see here, we're getting a good color, but it's not perfect. But boy, isn't that pretty? Oh, love it. So just shake, 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 and just keep shaking until it is a really good consistency in terms of color and evenness. So right now you see we have a little bit of white going, so you just keep shaking. And then what I'm going to show you is how you do a color swatch. Like, one of the really nice things about having your own nail polish base that you can customize is that you are able to, well, customize it. So if this isn't red enough for you, or if it's just a little bit too white, you can add more color. So here we have our color swatch area. So there's our color swatch area down here. And I don't know about you guys, but I am really happy with that color. And again, this is the color that I have on my nails right now. So like here, you can see it's exactly the same. It looks fantastic. I'm really happy with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my label that came with my kit. I'm gonna peel off the corner gently right here, and then evenly apply it to the top right here. And once it's applied, I can even go one step further, remember, and make this cute little tiny bottom label, which does take a little bit more prowess to try and get this little corner off. So I might not force you guys to watch me do that, but you just peel away a corner and then you can stick it on the bottom of your bottle, and it is so cute and so professional. And the next color that I'm going to show you guys is how to use glitter. So we just made Buried Treasure. So that was the method where you put the color in before you put the nail polish in, put 2 beads in, put your brush in, put your lid on, put your labels on, and you are done, and your nail polish looks fantastic. And I think this color swatch turned out also pretty spectacular. So next I'm going to show you how to do glitter. So glitter, if you want to use a funnel, like say you're not quite, like, I don't know, you've had too much coffee or a little shaky, you want to use the funnel, all you do is you take the funnel and you just add your colorant to the funnel. And I have done this project with 5-year-olds actually. That was pretty fun. And I will say that they were hilarious with this. They added a lot of glitter to their bases, and this was just 8. And so all you do is you just tap, 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 tap down with the funnel until all of the glitter is inside your container. And so you would do this also with the mica. I will say it's a little bit more frustrating with the mica. The mica tends to clump a little bit more. So once all the glitter is in, all you need to do is put your mixing balls in. And again, I'm going to go with 2, although there is enough that you could put in 3 for some of these. So 2 mixing balls. Woo! High quality nail brush down inside, and cap on. And just to, we make sure, there we go, it totally went in. And then shake, shake, shake. And the nice thing about not filling my bottles all the way to the tippy, 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 tippy top is that I do have room to kind of play in here. So if I wasn't happy with this color, which obviously I am, I'm so tempted to put it on my nail right now, but then I'd have wet nails and I'm still demonstrating, so I'm gonna skip that. But the nice thing about not filling your bottle 100% to the tippy top and just filling to the shoulder is you do have a little bit of time to work with this on a little bit of headspace. So say you wanted to add some different color in here, you would have the space. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to add color directly to here. So let's go ahead and blue bell bottoms. Yes, blue bell bottoms blue. I'm into that. Let's try that color. So that one is just 10 scoops of the Cellini Blue Mica. So with the 10 scoops, I'm going to add it directly to the bottle on top of my nail polish. And you notice I'm filling my scoops up, but they're not overly full because we do need them to actually be able to go into the narrow hole that is the mouth of our nail polish bottle. So they're nicely full, but they're not overly domed full. So now I just shake it out, make sure, because I'm 5 scoops in, so I just make sure that this is nice and scooped out so there's enough headspace to add more colorant. And once I've got a full 10 in, I'm going to put 3 mixing balls in because I really want to be able to exacerbate my shaking here. And then, Courtney, is there any other questions?
About glitter. Can you use craft glitter
Ooh.
from, say, Michael's or a craft store?
That is such a good question. Can you use craft store glitter? You love the handmade beauty box options, but man, you're a crafter at home and you've got some great options at home and you want to be able to use that glitter, can you? No, you can't. The reason for that is because a lot of glitter that you get at the craft stores is actually not going to be safe to use in there. And it's not that it's safe as in unsafe, it literally just dissolves into a glittery, goopy mess, for real. So it won't withstand against the nail polish base. And again, that's not just our base, that's all bases. So no, you cannot use craft store glitter. You want to make sure you're getting a nail polish approved glitter to make sure it can withstand the harshness of kind of the nail polish base. So again, I have my 10 scoops of the Cellini Blue Mica. I put 3 mixing balls in, and now what I'm going to do is take my brush and put it all the way in, and I'm going to take my lid, put it on, and shake, shake, shake. And so you have to shake for a while to get your colors in. So when you're shaking and you're like, I just keep shaking and shaking and shaking, it's, it's just like mixing. So you can see that there are little tiny clumps in here because I haven't shaken quite long enough. But we're still getting a really good color. But keep shaking until you get a nice, thick, even application of color. And then remember, you have this guy right here to check your color swatches against to make sure that your blue bell bottoms blue color is exactly the way you want it. And now this is perfectly shaken. So let's check and see how my color looks. So a little bit of color still left over in the bottle top. And here we go. So this is my blue color. I love how well that turned out. And with 2 applications of that blue, it would definitely be an opaque color of blue. I love how that turned out. Fantastic. So that is how you do nail polish. So we did it where you add the color to the bottom of your nail polish bottle before you get started. We did it where you add it through a funnel, and we did it when you just add it freehand to the top. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Courtney to talk about any other questions that might have come in while I just make another color.
How long does it last on your nails?
How long does this last on your nails? It's a great question. So I find that this base is super high quality and it lasts as long as any of those kind of high quality bases out there. I will say that in my personal life, I end up using Zoya and Spa Ritual lines a lot, and this for nail polishes, and this lasts just as long, if not longer. Right now I'm making up my own color, just so you guys know. I just did 3 of the Fired Up Fuchsia, and I'm going to do some of the super pearly white, and then I'm going to add a little bit of Cellini blue and see where that gets me. So I find that this lasts just as long as any of the commercial bases out there. I also really find that this base does dry pretty quickly, which is really nice for when you're in a hurry and you're just kind of trying to match a color to, say, your dress, your outfit that you're wearing that night.
Have you ever scented nail polish base?
Can you scent nail polish base? You absolutely can scent nail polish base. I use the fragrances from brambleberry.com pretty frequently to scent nail polish bases, actually. So when you're scenting a nail polish base, you just want to do a few drops, 3 to 6 drops per bottle max, and then you just mix it in. Keep in mind that, of course, you're adding a little bit of oil to that base, and so when you add any sort of oil to any sort of bases, that will end up making your base just a little bit thinner. So you definitely want to keep it in the lower range and not like a big higher range. And you also want to make sure that you're using a skin safe or a cosmetic grade fragrance when you are scenting your nail polish base, right? You would never want to use a candle or a potpourri fragrance. You'd only want to be using a fragrance that was safe for skin. So definitely keep that in mind. Any other questions?
Yeah, what other colorants can you use?
what other colorants can you use? So what other colorants you can use micas and pigments that you might have on hand. And I would always, of course, start with a small test batch to make sure that the color that you are using is going to look good, is not going to degrade in your nail polish, that kind of thing. But yeah, any other micas or pigments that you have on hand that are skin safe and have been approved for use in cosmetic grade crafting. So again, you're not going to want to use your rubber stamping stuff. You're definitely going to want to keep it within kind of that cosmetic grade family. So this one, you guys, is just going to be a little bit different than the one I made earlier. You can see that because I used a different color of pink, that it's a little teensy bit lighter, but not a whole lot lighter. But I used that Fired Up Fuchsia and then just a little bit of the Cellini Red and got a slightly more bubblegummy pink instead of the more mauve-y pink. And I think they're both beautiful colors. And so you notice here that we have some make up your own nail polish names here. Part of the fun of this is coming up with really fun names. So we had really great names like Buried Treasure that we spelled, of course, incorrectly, like buried, Glitter Party, Strawberry Jams, like really fun names. So you can come up with whatever names you want. We've given you the blanks to do that. Now, before I let you go, I do have a coupon I want to talk to you about so you can get a discount on this kit or on subscriptions, and then also on the Handmade Beauty Box blog. How adorable are these mugs? I don't know about you guys, but I've seen these all over Pinterest lately. Like, they have been clogging up my Pinterest feed, and after a while you see something done enough times and you're like, this is a great idea. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And so this is how that project turned out. And so you'll see that on the Handmade Beauty Box blog. So you can make your very own color dipped mugs just like this. I think that this one turned out the best. Gotta say, I really like this one. And so look for that on the Handmade Beauty Box blog. And then before I sign off, here is a coupon to get this project or any other single box projects at handmadebeautybox.com for 20% off or a subscription. So you get surprised every month with some great craft box options. Now, we always give you a little bit of a spoiler every month. So if you're like, I don't want to make that, you can email us and pause your subscription. But that is a coupon from me to you. And you guys, when you tag your projects and you take a picture of them and you tag them HBB Show and Tell, I see them. I love to see them. There's really not a lot that makes me happier than seeing people successfully do craft projects that I've created. So I would love to see your projects on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram. So make sure you tag them so I can see your successes and just cheerlead you on as you add creativity into your life with family and friends. So you guys, until next time, thank you so much for crafting with me today. Happy crafting.